Good morning, students. Okay. In the second lecture of hydraulic turbines, starting from this lecture, we are going to see different types of turbines. Okay. Now, there are mainly three types of turbines there that we are going to study. One is the Pelton wheel turbine, which comes under impulse turbine, and the other two are the Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine, which come under reaction turbines. Okay. These three types of turbines are going to be mainly studied, and we are going to see just the introductions and the component parts. Okay, we are according to the syllabus, we are not going to go into the details of the designs of it. Okay, so let's start. First is the impulse turbine. First type of turbine is the impulse turbine. Okay, now what is an impulse turbine? The impulse turbine is a turbine that is driven by high velocity of water or stream from a nozzle directed onto vanes or buckets attached to a wheel. Okay, now what is a impulse turbine? It is a turbine that is driven by high velocity jets of water. Okay, now uh, velocity of water jet will be high. Okay, when water will be made to fall from a very great height. Okay, so if we see, okay, here water is made to fall from a very great height, okay, onto the turbine. So that turbine is an impulse turbine. So as water falls from a great height, the potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy, and at the end of the pipe, okay, at the end of this pipe, a nozzle is attached. Okay, and from that nozzle, what happens, the diameter of the pipe is reduced considerably, and due to that velocity increases further. Okay, so for an impulse turbine, what happens, water comes out of the nozzle with a very high velocity. Okay, and it is directed onto vanes or buckets. Vanes means plates, which you have seen in impact of jet. Okay, the jet of water is made to fall on a number of vanes attached to the periphery of a wheel. Okay, now impulse turbine, one example of impulse turbine is the Pelton wheel turbine, which you are going to study. The found water jet is used for driving the wheel. Pelton wheel is the most important among all the impulse turbine that I have told you. It is a tangential flow impulse turbine. Okay, tangential flow impulse turbine means that water from the nozzle comes out in the form of a very high jet, and it falls on these buckets. Okay, these are known as buckets. Okay, so the water falls on the bucket, and these buckets move forward in a rotational manner, and another bucket comes in its place. So this process takes on, and the wheel is rotated. Now the wheel, the jet is striking the wheel tangentially. Okay, it is striking the wheel at a tangentially. It is not striking at the center, it is striking tangentially. So it is known as tangential flow impulse turbine. Okay, now this is a example of a tangential flow impulse turbine. Okay, one real example is Pelton wheel turbine is used in Koyna hydroelectric power project, that is, which is situated in Koyna Nagar, Maharashtra. Okay, now we'll see the working of a impulse turbine. Okay, a Pelton wheel or a turbine consists of a rotor at the periphery of which are mounted equally spaced double hemispherical or double ellipsoidal buckets, or in simple manner we can say spoon shaped buckets. Okay, a Pelton wheel, it consists of a rotor. Okay, that means it consists of a shaft in the middle, uh, around which, a periphery of which, a wheel is there, and around the periphery of that wheel are mounted equally spaced spoon shaped or double hemispherical buckets. So now water is transferred from a high head source. Okay, high head source, from that means from a very great height, through penstock, that is pipe which is fitted with a nozzle, through which water flows out at a very high jet, high speed jet. Okay, Now inside the pipe and the nozzle, a needle spear is moving, which controls the water flow through the nozzle. Okay, it can stop the flow, and or it can regulate the flow. Okay, and the same time it provides the smooth flow with negligible energy loss. Okay, all the available potential energy is thus converted into kinetic energy before the jet strikes the bucket of the runner. Okay, all the available potential energy that is there, that is from the height as well as uh, from the small diameter of the nozzle, all this potential energy is converted into kinetic energy before the jet strikes the bucket of the runner. And hence, okay, the bucket or the Pelton wheel moves purely due to the impulse action of the pipe or the impulse action of the jet. Okay, that is why it is known as a impulse turbine. Okay, this diagram we have seen. Now this is the spear. Okay, this is the spear arrangement. This is the spear arrangement. Now what happens here is this spear can be moved backward or forward. If it moves forward, it closes the nozzle. Okay, and hence the flow or the jet of water is closed. Okay, now if it is moved back, the jet of water starts and it strikes the buckets. These are hemispherical buckets which are placed on the periphery of the wheel. Okay, and the wheel is mounted on a rotor. Okay, that is a shaft, particular shaft. Okay, and what happens is this wheel, okay, this shaft is again coupled to a generator. That means a generator is mounted on that shaft, and when that generator moves, electricity is generated. Okay, now we will see the animation. Okay, now the Pelton wheel turbine, okay, this concept was already present from many centuries ago. Okay, in olden days, okay, in the olden days they used to have water mills such as this for grinding flour. Okay, so what was happen? Water used to fall on the buckets. Okay, in this case there are flat buckets, and the wheel used to move. Okay, and that wheel was connected to a number of gear systems. Okay, and here there were two runner stones, okay, which used to grind the grains, okay, wheat grain and maize grains, okay, to produce flour. Okay, the same concept is used in the turbines. Okay, this is a Pelton turbine. Okay, now this is a shaft to which a generator is coupled. Okay, this is shaft to which a generator is coupled. Now what happens? These are the buckets, semi hemispherical or spoon shaped buckets I was talking about. Okay, you can see these are spoon shaped bucket, at the middle of which there is a boundary. Okay, now what happens? The jet strikes the plate at the center. Okay, the jet strikes the plate at the center and it gets deflected through 180-degree backwards. Okay, so what happens is, if you see there again, so what happens is jet is striking the center of the bucket and it is getting deflected through the spoon shaped arrangement 180-degree backward. So what happens? The force which is applied by the jet of water is 100% utilized. Okay, is 100% utilized, and that means the efficiency is almost equal to 100%. That is the input provided by the impact of jet equals the output. Why? Because the jet gets deflected through 180-degree. Okay, now if we see what happens. Okay, the jet strikes one bucket. Okay, it moves forward, another bucket takes its place. Okay, In this way, a series of buckets are mounted which moves the turbine, okay, and hence energy moves the turbine, and in that process the shaft is rotated, and the generator connected to the shaft is also rotated. Now what happens is, this turbine, it can be mounted horizontally or it can be mounted vertically also. Okay, now if it is mounted vertically, okay, if the turbine is mounted vertically, we have to provide many nozzles. Okay, we have to provide more than one nozzles. So here we can see there are total 3 number of nozzles provided. They are provided in the case of a vertical Pelton turbine. Okay, in the case of horizontal Pelton turbine, only one nozzle is enough. Okay, so thank you. This was impulse turbine. In the next lecture we will see reaction turbine and Francis turbine and Kaplan turbine.